This is Maura. This is actually my mother, Maura Roche. She's the person who set this whole thing up in the first place. So we get in Maura and Dominica. And Dominica is our breast care fitter, and Dominica is with us just over a year now. So I think I'll let you speak for yourselves, but we're just going to you know what you're doing. So we'll let you kick off.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm delighted to be here. I'm retired now, and it's nice to I connect sometimes with Anne and my daughter what she's doing, and so it's nice to be here. And Anne asked me to talk about losing hair and wearing a wig, and I kept a diary when I was sick and having my treatment. And it wasn't something that I planned to do, but I found I was great during the daytime, but at night I would wake up and so much would go through my head. And I found the best way to go asleep again was to just write it down in an old copybook. And it sort of cleared it, and then I fell asleep again. So I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and I had surgery. I actually had surgery a total of 3 times. But I had radiotherapy 25 times, and I had chemotherapy 8 times. And this is 22 years ago. When everybody got sick, you all had your supply of blue bowls. Then they brought disposable ones, but it was your treatment. I used to go in on a Sunday and leave on a Wednesday. Treatment took much longer, and you know, you were much sicker, but it worked, didn't it? I'm glad to be here. And I'm almost 70, and I'm really well. I go hill walking every week at the club I'm in, and so on. So you know, if they can help somebody like me back 22 years ago, they really have the tools to help you now. So I'd be very positive about everybody. But this little diary, anyway, I'm glad that I kept it. I kept bits of it because you forget so much. And recently Anne was out with the Bray support people, and she said, "Mother, will you come out and say a few words, you know?" And well, I said I will. But I didn't take it out. And so I found I'd forgotten, and I could say very little to when I was there. So anyway, I have dug out what I wrote about losing the hair. And it said, "The doctor said my hair would go. At first I said, to hell with it. The main thing is that I can be treated. It will be all gone in 3 weeks. Difficult to believe, but as the days go by, my anxiety increases. I hate losing my hair. I am going to look awful. Perhaps if I treat it gently, if I stop using the blow dryer, I cut it to reduce its weight. I asked the nurse the name of my drugs. I searched through my cancer book. Oh, damn and blast, I haven't a chance. All 3 drugs caused hair loss. This cure feels worse than the disease. It's so unfair. It feels like a punishment for something I haven't done. I remember a scene from Ryan's daughter, her long hair brutally chopped as punishment. I have images in my head of prisoners with shaved heads, of women in concentration camps. I remember John Waters saying his hair will always be long. Short hair reminds him of Christian Brothers and the brutality of men in uniform. I notice other people's hair more than before. Songs on radio about flowing hair, and thank you very much, Christian Berg, for reminding me of highlights. I needed that. I have images of Muslim women covering their hair completely, and in the past, nuns' hair completely hidden, and women covering their hair in church. I feel very angry. The day I dreaded has arrived. It's on my pillow, my face, my mouth, my brush is thick. It's falling everywhere. I feel like a good cry. I wonder if this is easier for men. What I've been dreading has happened. It took 3 days from start to finish. I feel much more relaxed now. I'm coping. I am shocked. I think most of you who've lost your hair will share that with me, that before you lose it is the worst time. Once it goes, you relax about it and you have your little wig. I am shocked when I look in the mirror at the devastation and destruction caused by this disease. Hell no, it's caused by the treatment. How very, very powerful must be this enemy within. And I feel really frightened by its power. The doctor removed a tumour the size of a melon. Then a plum grew. I had imaged rotting fruit inside, gentle and powerless. But this is no fruit salad. It's an aggressive hurricane. It destroys all in its path. I hate what I see in the mirror. I am ugly. My eyes and teeth stand out in my skull like a skeleton. I avoid letting anyone see me without my wig. Fergus is my husband. He hides his feelings well. He is loving and supportive and positive. But I know he is sad and worried. Didn't help that he went out and bought a new camera, but at least at least he wanted to remember me, you know. But anyway, I know Anne and Paul are shocked. It's like they've only just realised I'm ill, even though they've known for 6 months. They're doing things now that I've been asking for ages, like spring cleaning their rooms. Only that doesn't seem important to me anymore. I stand in front of the mirror. My body is now totally hairless. White shining head. Isn't it funny that all this length ago and it's still catching me? But anyway, white shining head, no eyebrows, no eyelashes, 8 teeth in a mouth with no sense of taste, swollen face, hot flush waiting round the corner, Hickman catheter and 8 surgery scars. The book says, cancer is a challenge, be positive. Well, I have soft, smooth, hairless skin and absolutely great hands and feet. So that's what I wrote about losing the hair. Now, I wrote something else about the wig. Will I say that bit now and keep going, or will I stop?
No, I just wanted my mother to talk about her experience, because many, I get caught as well in my hair, because it's quite shocking as a daughter to see then your mum, you know, you all know this. And I suppose really I should have introduced the talk by saying, we've been getting some feedback from people who said they were going to conferences and hearing people talk, but it was people who hadn't experienced it themselves. So I kind of thought, come in, you've been through it. I think that's what people really want to hear. So but go on if you want.
Will I go on, or does anyone want to say anything about? Well, this bit is about the wig, and I felt damn glad I had it the day my hair fell out. I had it cut to suit my face. It's even better than I thought. When someone speaks to me, I hold them with my eyes, and if they look up or sideways, I'll know that they know. And I'll just die if they touch it. I feel I am wearing a hat. Now, they were a lot heavier back then. They're lovely and light now. With a scarf to cover my Hickman scar, I look like the lady who cleans the church. Isn't cancer enough without all this? I take the wig off at home after work. I work here as a beautician at the time. I must tell you a funny story about that later on. But I take the wig off at home after work. It's nice and cool to be without it. But the blinds are dipped at the front of the house, so it's semi-dark, and there's fuss before the doorbell can be answered. And so I make a decision. I'm going to live a normal life. I'll wear the wig from wake up to bedtime. Taking it off and on is not for me. I'm just not having that. And so my wig becomes a part of me. Now I am cold without it. It enables me to go to work, restaurants and the supermarkets, and no heads turn. And then I get cheeky with it. I sail through German passport control. I try on clothes in communal changing rooms. I walk in the wind and nothing happens except I am happy to be alive each day. And I feel really good. Some friends have forgotten I wear it, I'm sure, and strangers have admired my hairstyle. But I accept their compliments with a smile, but inside I shout, yippee, a normal life during treatment. That's what my wig enables me. And I must tell you, I'm finished all that now, but I must tell you the first time I was out for a walk with Fergus down Dunleary Pier that I was wearing the wig, and it was a little bit windy. And Fergus said, no, I'm not going in after it if that And I said, it won't move. You get very confident with it, don't you, when you tighten it at the back and fix it at the ears. And I said, it won't move. And a few times when I was at work here, when I went across the road at the traffic lights, and the wind is very gusty there. Like, I'd put a hand up over one ear as if I was trying to keep the wind out of my ear, but it was just maybe in case it moved, but it never did. So, and it was as a result of that, I was working here as a beautician, and you know, Fergus was fitting wigs, and we didn't even do too many at the time. They were sort of part of the salon, and he would take someone in there, which wasn't as nice as Anne has it now. And once or twice when people would say to him, "Oh, that's very wiggy," and Fergus had called me, and I used to work out the back at the time, and I would wiggle the wig, and he would say, "What do you think of her wig?" And they say, "She's not wearing one," and I would wiggle it. And you know, and then I found I just loved talking to the patient, because it feels like a hat initially. You think it's, you know, out there, but it just does become a part of you. And so after just a few weeks of that, I thought, this is where I want to work. I don't want to do facials and beauty, even though I loved the beauty. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be in here with the cancer patients. And that's how the wig department grew, you know. And right. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you a funny story about one day. I was looking after a patient out the back who wanted electrolysis, and she came in and she said, "I am suicidal." Oh no, sorry, a customer. Yes, a customer. And it was my first time meeting her, and she'd made an appointment for electrolysis, and she came in and she said, "I am suicidal. I'm 45 and I've sprouted 3 hairs on my chin." And I didn't know whether to laugh or cry, because that morning, like, you know, I had no hair on my head, on my eyebrows, on my eyelash, nowhere. And I was just hoping I would get through my treatment and survive. And she's telling me she's suicidal over 3 on her chin. So I said nothing and just removed the hairs, and, you know, and because I think I'll hand over to Dominica now, and it's going to take a minute. Or unless there are any questions.